Hey guys, I love pork chops and I love gravy, so I decided to put together what I consider a southern dish, these smothered pork chops. They came out absolutely beautiful and so delicious. You gotta make these. Let me show you how to do it. Okay guys, I'm going to kick things off here with a couple of nice chops, and these are bone in. You can use bone out too, or butterfly chops. I just like the bone in. And I'm only using 2 of them because there are 2 of us. Of course, if you have more people, you can use 4. And I'm going to season these up with some salt. And my all-time favorite, some ground black pepper. And to this, I'm going to use this that a company gave me, some hog waller. You can use a flavor explosion or, just the rub of your choice. But I like this hog waller. The only thing that makes me sneeze every time I put it on. And we'll put a good application of this. And of course, we'll do this for both sides. Alrighty then, I got my pan over medium-high heat, and I'm going to add in a bit of sauteing oil, about a tablespoon. And I've been using this lately, and it's a combination of olive, grape, and canola oil. It sautés really well, or fries really well, and it's got about a 400-degree smoke point, so it does an awesome job. Now I'm going to add the chops in, and we'll fry these up on both sides until we get a little nice sear happening here. Now our chops are just about done, and we got a sear happening here, so they're pretty much done perfectly. So I'm just going to go ahead and set these aside and let them rest. Now in the same pan, you don't want to touch this because you got all kinds of nice flavors happening. I'm going to add in a good knob of butter, and that's about a tablespoon, I would say. And we'll let this melt down. Add in a small sliced onion, and this is just a white onion. You can use yellow, whatever you like. And we're going to let these guys cook down for about 15 minutes. And of course I'm going to add just a pinch of salt to release some of that water, just until they're beautifully browned and just about caramelized. After about 15 minutes, the onions are just about to the point of caramelization. It takes a lot longer to fully caramelize them, but this is nicely browned and soft. I'm going to add in 2 cloves of finely chopped garlic. And I'm just going to go ahead and stir this for about a minute. Or saute, I guess, not stir. Just until that wonderful aroma of garlic fills the air. Next up, I'm going to add in a little over a tablespoon of all-purpose flour, and just stir this around just to the point where it's cooked and the onions are covered. And the onions really add that beautiful touch, guys, because they add that sweetness and richness to the gravy. Some people don't like onions. I don't understand it, but that's why I cut them fairly large or in rings so you can kind of pull them out if you don't like them. Now the flour is cooked down, I'm going to add in a cup of chicken stock. And a lot of people don't use beef stock, they use chicken stock in this because chicken and cows don't get along, or cows and pigs don't get along, I guess. And about a tablespoon of buttermilk. Since I had some on hand, it just adds that additional richness, additional juice from the chops. That is so yummy, so we just have to add that in. Bring this to a boil. Alright guys, after this has simmered away for about 15 minutes, it's becoming nice and thick. And of course you can adjust this according to your liking. If it's not thick enough, add a bit more flour. If it's too thick, add a bit of water. And of course, always taste it and adjust your seasoning. Now, I'm going to put the chops back in. And guess what I'm going to do next? I think you can guess. I'm going to spoon and pour some of that yummy, yummy gravy for the smothered chops over the top. Just look at this. And we're going to simmer these chops in the gravy for about 5 minutes on each side. So I'll flip them halfway through. After about 10 minutes, everything is done and they just look and smell incredible. So we're ready to plate these guys up. Okay, what I've got here, my fine friends, is a bed of steaming hot jasmine rice. I don't know if you can see that steam or not, but it is there. And I'm going to lay a chop over the top. And of course, we're going to spoon some of that wonderfully delicious gravy over, along with the onions. You've got to get those caramelized onions there. And by all means, use rice. You could use mashed potatoes too, but I just like the rice. And there you have it, guys, our simply delicious, easy, smothered pork chops. Oh, I can hardly wait to dig in. Okay, let's go ahead, my all-time favorite time, and do a taste test. So I'll start from this side. Make sure I get lots of that gravy. And just look at this, guys. So good. Just done to perfection. So now it's my favorite time as taste time, and I made sure I got some of that yummy gravy, onions, and the rice. This is so good, guys. The pork is tender, done to perfection. That gravy is simply to die for. I love the caramelized onion. Oh, you got to make this. Talk about a smothered pork chop. It is so good. So for all the details on this recipe, head on over to cookandshare.com. All kinds of new features over there. The site's been revamped, as I keep saying and saying. You can live over there. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe and see you next time.